Hey, hi everyone, Bhagishri this side and welcome to my channel Bhagishri Tech. Hope you all good and doing well in your coding, in your study, in your job. Okay, so I think I will start. Today I am going to be share the practical interview question about the API related in the .NET and what I face. That is topmost question as a practically I have been seen. So I'm going to be share this question to you all also, and if you need this whole content as a document for your reference, please comment it down. I will share that one also. Okay, so let's start for that. First question in the API, as if we all know what is the API. If you don't know, please google it out, otherwise I will comment it here in the chat box. Okay, so first of all I will say the API we already know, and like any software development department, backend developer is very important and they are mostly working on this API side, and you are looking for the full stack role or backend role, so this will be an important question as a interview point, I will say, and they will ask like if you are really practically work on that or not. Okay, so the first question they ask, how would you secure a web API to allow only authenticated user? I have, for the example, I have a 10 API, and in that I want to show like 2 API which is not authenticated, 8 should be authenticated. Like any website, when we are referring some of the dashboard which we can see by default, there is a no use of we have to be login, we have to be go inside that in the like menu wise. After login you are able to access the some different menu option over there. So that was a question, and in the practical scenario they asked like anywhere you implemented, if you implemented then what is the scenario, what is the role was there, what you implemented, and if you discuss everything then they told like, okay, can you give me a snippet on that, a small example on that, how you created. So that is the like problem. So in my case I use the JWT token based authentication. So I added the Microsoft.ASP.NET Core Authentication JWT bearer package for your project and configure in my program.cs file. And next we have configure the services, which is help with the help of a JWT bearer token, issuer, audience, lifetime, sign key. Okay, who will be going to be like access this API, the domain and the audience, and after that we have a private key which is we are using here as a secret key. So that is the answer for this, and we have to be write this properly. And after this we have to be add the authorized attribute to the controller as a whole controller, or otherwise you can specific, you have some method you can use there also. Next question we have, how do you implement the versioning in your web API? We have a API, we know like versioning by default, why we are using, because sometime what happen, our application is running properly in the production, in the customer feedback we receive we have to be enhance something. So again some of the user they want to be like updated, someone who's old one. So for that differentiation I can say we are maintaining versioning, because some API which is consumed by the UI side they are need old one, and which is we are updated as per the customer feedback, that is we are updated in the other API. So bifurcation between these two API we are using this versioning in the API. So for that we have to be use the ASP.NET Core MVC versioning package, configures versioning in program.cs file. Next I have question, that is how you handle the exception login in web API. Every interview when you are appearing, this is the most common question, the handle exception, because any application when we are building without bug we can't say we are a developer. every time. If you are a very good 100% programmer or developer, again you are writing something as a we are human. Even chat gpt also you are using, sometimes they are also giving the wrong answer. So in that manner, how you handle the exception in the API in your application? So in my case, I using the global authentication, global exception logging mechanism. So monitoring the system, I using the middleware which is we handle the for globally level, and which is not for the particular specific method level. Again, I mentioned that like I'm handling with the help of middleware. Then they ask like, okay, have you heard about the filter? I told yes. Then they told like, okay, what is the difference between the filter and what and the middleware, when we have to be use the middleware or filter? Any difference over there? So yes, there is a difference. Middleware basically we are using for the global level, and filter is basically used for the API level. Like I have admin API, in that API level we have to use this filter mechanism. And again you have some specific action method over there, like any get employee, show employee, get MP address, like that something. As an action attribute level you can apply this one, this method over there, this attribute over there as a filter specific. Then that is a difference over there, but in the middleware this is not like that. So this is the difference between the middleware and filter for handling the global and local level. And the code what we are using in the middleware creation and accessing and registering the services, we have to use the exception handler error app. What the steps we are executing for handling the middleware, this is the step I can say. We have to be like, if any internal server error you have maintained, you have to be check, that is 500. Again you have some client side, you can use the 400 redirect, forbidden like 402 403 like that. So you can mention as per your requirement to handle the error. And the features and the detail orientation type, like why this is happening, which method we call, which store procedure is called. For the detailed information purpose we are using the log for net or serilog, anything you can use, and that will be maintaining whole details as track trace information over there. And if you are using the cloud, you can go in the Azure cloud site using the application inside, you see whole information like request, response, failure, matrices alert, everything. Next question we have, how do you implement the pagination in API endpoints? And before that they ask like any if you have 1,000 records, there's a performance issue, how you are handling those? So I told okay, I have multiple option, and first one of option is pagination also. Then they ask like how you are implementing, can you give me the snippet on that code? So yeah, that is the question over there. So I give an answer, and for that problem the answer is like this. Implement pagination parameter in controller, we have this http get abbreviation, and from the get product method we are maintaining page number 1 to 10. The page size we have 10, and page number from 1 we are starting. And this is the like query which we are fetching from our db context product list, and we are skipping for the first name, first page number, then we are going for the next one like 2 3 like that, and take the page size. So skip and take method using I handle the pagination, and after that what is the output we are receiving, the product we are returning here. Next question we have, how would you test your API for concurrency? So concurrency means again you have a conflicting over there 2 3 API, which is we are like in the same time we are accessing or deploying or debugging using. So that time this problem was there. So how you are testing? So for the testing purpose, API should be Postman, or you are having Swagger in the .NET Core, which is we are already using as a inbuilt services. So we can go with that one also. Next question they ask, like in the API we already hands-on file upload. So what is the mechanism how you are implementing the file upload in Web API? So in the file upload, first of all they ask, like for file upload purpose, what method you are using, get, put, post, like that, what is that? They want to know, like if you are practical implemented, you know, sometimes they are like some developer they're not knowing, but still they're telling, okay, I know file upload mechanism. Then in that way they are asking which method you are using. So in that scenario, if you are good, you can give the right answer. Otherwise sometimes the people also, I heard, like they are giving the put answer, patch answer like that, or get answer like that, not properly over there. So in my case I given the http post abbreviation to upload my file, and given the proper code, like if file equal to null, I have to be handle this scenario also. Length is also 0, then no file upload. And if it is properly over there, then we have to be upload in the file name, and after that we have to be file stream mechanism, which is we are copying and calling in the async and await manner. And what is the output we are receiving, that we are returning our new file path. Next question I have, how would you implement the long running task in Web API? This is very important question, very hard question also. Okay, this long running process without blocking the API. So we have like background worker for processing and return a response immediately, and we can use the queue task for this process, long running task. You can see this is the code. 1 second, I have to share this one here. So background task, you can see I given this queue background worker item, and after that I have to wait for the 1000 delay, that seconds I can say, and return the output what we are expected. And apart from that, if you are Azure developer, you are having a cloud environment hands-on experience, so they are also asked, like in the cloud, in my case I'm Azure side, they are asked, like in the cloud what mechanism we are handling or we are using to handle this long running task. So in my case I am using the Azure batch services. In that I'm calling my console exe, and in that we can give the any time, like 30 minute, 40 minute, 100 minute, anything, the time you want to be, like though your process should be run without failure, without stopping, you can use that. For the example, this is the code I have. So for the handling this long running process, you can see. So this will be taking 30 minutes. Till 30 minutes it will be running properly without failure. So that was the problem, and I hope you got the valuable information, insights, and most importantly practical scenario based question in the API, and that's why I'm giving here. And if you like it, please like, share, subscribe this channel, and I will be meet you in the next video. Till then, bye, happy learning, happy coding.